Man, I was talking to y'all the whole time and just noticed I was on mute. I don't say what's up to all y'all niggas that's commented. But anyway, what's up, support? Breeze, Cedric, King Daryl, support, Cedric. And as far as niggas being asleep, this is the same time that we normally do that shit right after the episode. So I was like, hey, niggas might come in here. But it is Friday night, so niggas might be out, doing their shit. What we starting with? Well, one of the things I was hoping Ronald came up in this mug so I can, I got something to get up to. I think I got full confirmation that it had for on the years. Remember we discussed the what year we're in last night. So I think it's safe to say it has to be early 1993. Because it's not 1994. You way out. It's early 93. It just got through coming into the new year. We know for a fact it's not 94. It's not 92 no more either though, Breeze. I mean support. I'm about to agree to show you how. It's 93. Yeah, it's 93 now. Because I even although the obituary said, you know, Famous died October of 92. Like remember I said yesterday that more than likely I believe that October was probably the day that he died. But keep in mind he been missing for 3 days. They probably was able to figure that out. Like, okay, he's been dead for this amount of time, and then put the date. Because um, think about this: if they was talking about the day that they found him, which was in October, keep in mind they already told us in season 3 that Kanan was 17 years old. Remember that. My boy Ghostin, what's good? So remember they told us in season 3 that Kanan was already 17. So if Kanan is 17, remember his birthday is August 15th, 1975. So if his birthday has already came for him to be 17, that means the school year, remember, you go back through the months. Hold up, because I'm still confusing my damn self right now. But hold on. If he's already 17, what I meant, and let's say they got him dying in October, you go back 3 months. September, October, that would land in July. So that means Kanan would still be 16. But they already told us in season 3 that he's 17. So that means it had to be the day that he died was October, but they found him 3 months later, which would land early 1993. So that's one thing I was just thinking about while I was doing a video, and I was like, yeah, I just thought about it. It has to be early 1993. Yeah, the fame shit is crazy. So I looked at the poll that I put up, gave y'all 5 candidates on who you think is who's behind the murder of Famous. And so far, we got 134 people voted, and 57% is saying Marvin. 7% is saying Rock. 4% is saying Unique. and 31% are saying Howard. Now, granted, I did put this poll up before. I put the poll up before we saw episode 6, so maybe a lot of y'all voted before actually seeing the episode. I'm not exactly sure on that. Let me go to this shit. And then Rock told Kanan haven't been in school since the new year. Yeah, so when we talked about that last night too. But some folks was like she could have been talking about the new school year, as in how schools start in the fall. But I never bought that. I was pretty sure she was talking about the new year, as in the actual new year, starting in January. Why Power fans can't resist the urge to say dumb shit? I saw a post that said Jessica had something to do with Favor's dad. Hey. More, I mean, the way she loved him, I would find that very hard to believe. But hey, Rock confront Kanan on why he hasn't been in school since the new year started. Yeah, Pretty Eyes, what's good? I ain't seen you in a while. We good. You think it was his stepdad? What? I've been seeing a lot of people that's been saying the stepdad lately. What's up with y'all saying it's the stepdad? Like, this nigga just gonna randomly come back in his life and decide, you know what, Sean, I still ain't forgot about you, what you did with my money. Take this, son, and start beating him my ass and just killed him. Like, that'll be crazy to say. I don't even think he'll be capable of doing that. But I don't know, though. He was beating the shit out of him in episode 5. Garcia made it sound like Howard was dead before Fame. You know what? I still haven't rewatched the episode, but I'm gonna rewatch that to see. Cause like a lot of times when I watch it, I be watching it around people some of the time, so I be getting kind of distracted the first watch, so I might miss a couple of things. Typically, when I watch it the second time, I be by myself, so I'll pick up on a lot of things. You said Famous dad is probably dead. Yeah, I would think a nigga like him would probably be dead, or at least somewhere in a wheelchair or some shit. We're gonna be smoking Be Realer in probably 2 episodes. Yep. And so DeMarcus, when Be Realer get his ass smoked for trying to rob that damn Jewish motherfucker, we can go ahead and get on your ass about that. Yo, Be Realer is Breeze theory, because he'll be knocked the hell up out of here. Scripted, you said Rock. I'm guessing you were referring to who you think took out Famous. I know someone gonna be upset when Be Realer die. Yeah, DeMarcus. Might say Be Realer muted his ass. Maybe Rock lawyer told her Famous was snitch and Rock or Marvin. Yeah, a lot of folks speculating on that. F Lou voice. If she killed Fame, yeah. Hey, for sure, if Rock turns out to be behind what happened to Famous, I think for sure Lou gonna start back drinking. Like, he definitely gonna go back to the bottle. His daddy came back to get some money. Stepdad, cause they never debuted a person for no reason. Well, so far they just put the Tomoso in there. We ain't seen that nigga. What if Freddie didn't die and that the old man saved Freddie after Famous ran out? I seriously doubt that because the police said he did. I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna say that and they ain't found his body. Police killed Fame for real, for real. He was about to expose them dirty cops. Which dirty cops are you talking about? I believe the two dirty officers who were trying to shake Rock down at the plaza are responsible, and Garcia is covering for them. They work for Snaps and Pops, so who's to say they didn't cover it up? Okay, so I actually seen this one before, and I thought it was very interesting because we do see Rock paying, look like she's paying them up in the trailer. So we're 6 episodes in already, and we haven't so far, we haven't seen that image. So, I mean, they might play a very vital part up in there, and they could be the ones behind it. But my only thing is, if Rock is the one paying them to do that, why would they, you know what I'm saying? Why would they torture him? Like, what information would they be trying to get out of him? That's been my biggest thing. Like, for whoever it is that did it, I feel like, they have to be trying to get some kind of information out of him. The reason why they were torturing him, because it's no other reason for them to torture that man. Because I do agree that more than likely Marvin or Rock wouldn't have let him suffer. They would have just, put him down easily. A lot of people saying Garcia. Yeah, I know a lot of people saying Garcia, and I disagree too. I don't think it's him. Unique in episode 7 wearing a lion-colored fur coat and the breeze is blowing on his fur. Definitely symbolic to Unique being the king of the jungle. Famous death was personal. The cops tortured him to talk and dumped him in an alley. Okay, so my thing is, what are they trying to make him talk on, though? Scripter, you said, yeah. I can't remember what you saying. Yeah, to what are you replying to? Oh, you saying to Rock being behind it. Got it. DeMarcus don't know what the hell he talking about. I was arguing with him in some comments. I handled his ass. He gave up on that theory already. I didn't see it. I'm gonna give it till season 5 to officially prove Unique is breathed. If he don't get smoked in season 4, I don't think he's dying in season 4. I'll say that. Even if he doesn't turn out to be breathed, I just don't think he'll die in season 4. He's probably gonna make it to 5. My thinking is they wouldn't just sprinkle them for nothing. What's their significance? I believe Snap and Pop are paying them. They forced Rock back into the dope game to begin with. What if Kanan killed him for snitches? Nah, I seriously doubt Kanan did it. He said you never kill it till you kill someone you love. I agree with that. I mean, but I think it's gonna be somebody else that he be his first person that he kills that he loves. But then, since he was tortured, what if exactly Kanan wouldn't torture him? What if Roe now killed him before he got killed? What if who? I'm guessing you were saying Ronnie? I don't think Marvin would have left Famous like that. Yeah, that's my thing. Tiana, I'm back. What's good, Tiana? At this rate, Mama Famous is breeze. Y'all giving it everybody. Garcia said Fame was helping him with the investigation of a murder cop. Yeah. Yeah, but look at it this way. What if when he said that, he's saying he was helping it? Because remember, Famous was helping him with the investigation of Howard, even before Howard was killed. Remember that. So he could be saying that Famous was helping him with the investigation of a cop that's now murdered. I mean, he could be saying that. Why would Kanan look for answers on Famous death if he smoked him? I think they trolling. Sometimes folks be saying shit, but then they'll think about it, be like, yeah, I just thought about it. They doing this shit right. So the question is, since everybody and I kind of agree with that, that agree that more than likely Marvin or Rock wouldn't, what I'm saying, wouldn't torture Famous. So the thing is, here's the thing. Who would? Who is out there that could be diabolical enough to possibly torture somebody like Famous? And then not only is they are evil enough to torture him, what would be their reasoning for doing it? Now I know a lot of folks probably gonna say the police, but my thing is, what information are the police trying to get out of him? Because if they're trying to just shut his mouth, they'll just kill him. Why would they torture him? I mean, they could just be doing it just to be low down, but it's kind of crazy. Rock paid to have the cops torture him to see if he had told the cops anything when he got interrogated. It still don't make sense though, because she killed him. Kinda, if you ask me, because she killed him. She could have just killed his ass to stop that. And if she really wanted to know the answers to whether or not Famous talked, she just would have asked Andre. It was no need to torture Famous for that. You torture and interrogate somebody when you know they got information that you ain't got access to, and only they know it. But something like that, whether or not he snitched, I mean, you can kind of shake the trees up at the precinct and use your connects to figure out that information. And then Famous is soft anyway. Rock can get him to find out what the hell he know easily. It's either Buck 20 people, Freddie people, or the cops. Well, it ain't Freddie people, I'll tell you that. It ain't them niggas. Now, I did think about Buck 20. It's possible that whoever, I'm going to say this because I thought about this. It's possible that somebody was torturing him because they were trying to get information on Kanan, but he refused to give it to them. That could be it. And if it does turn out to be that would make it hurt that much more, for Kanan, and definitely make him, name his son Sean, if he figures out that Famous died trying to protect him. They never explained how he was tortured or murdered, right? Freddie people didn't kill Famous. The episode literally disproved that. Yeah. Bump It was Marvin, but he beat him in that pool, then dumped his body. I mean, I just don't. It would be kind of crazy, but hey, if it does turn out that Marvin actually tortured the man too, jeez, them did the good cop, bad cop, freaking cop, and it went horribly wrong. About 20 people heard the music. Who you talking about, Pretty Al? When you say I thought that too. It's crazy that someone hated Famous so badly that they would go through with torturing them. Yeah, because Famous is not a person that you can really hate like that. Now, Cedric, that could be true. Now, that's something that I could see could possibly come out to be true, because he ugly enough to do that. But I'm gonna say this: I think if that does turn out to be the truth, Cedric, that would completely dismantle the theory of him being breezed. Because I say it's absolutely 0% chance Kanan will work with him after he don't did that to Famous, unless he just didn't know he was the one behind it. Ronnie Merck and Famous shouldn't have read your mouth, little nigga. Marvin ain't do that, man. Dude literally told you to get back. Rock on the other hand, keep trying be peace. When I seen that scene though, I kind of looked at it as he was guilty, and he almost was like confessing because he felt so guilty about all the things that he's did. So the cops beat him. We know Famous be talking grizzly. I agree with what you said about someone torturing him to tell him about Kanan. Yeah, now that could be it. Like maybe look, OC look like got some hired him some people and worked on them. Cause think about this. This nigga Crank so happened to show up and he was with that little minion. And they was capping, talking about it was Buck 20. I mean not Buck 20, Freddy's crew that was behind it. And I'm pretty sure that little nigga knew Freddy's crew didn't have nothing to do with it. I think he just made up some shit to give Kanan what he wanted to hear, to try to get some money and to get him off his back. You feel me? So, and then Crankly Glad went along with it. But what if they was behind setting setting Famous up? Because they were trying to get some information on maybe where Kanan was hiding his loot or anything. I don't know. It's those two dirty cops. Answer me this. Why are they being sprinkled in here and there if they hold no significance? They kidnapped Lou last season and brought him to Howard. Famous was being interrogated from somebody, and he was talking how he talked and got beat. I got a confession, nigga. I am damn. I knew it. No way that the Thomas family would torture Fame. If you need torture Famous, then he's ugly as hell, physically and morally. I disagree, ugly ass nigga. Kanan still would work with Unique, even if he never found out. It might be why he used Ghost to kill him. Well, I said that before. The only way I can see him doing business with Unique if he did something to harm one of his family members or something like that. He just didn't know at first, and then once he found out, that's when he signed out to let Ghost kill him. Marvin guilty of a lot of shit, but not killing Famous. So even when he said the streets never lose, he's speaking for the streets, even if he ain't do it. Nigga, DeMarcus was trolling when he said OC was braids. Come on now. Not even he that crazy. She said, I'm sick of that sawed off nigga OC. I want him gone. Yeah, I think we all ready for that little ass nigga to go. And it don't need to be a quick one. They need to torture his little ass. Because Kanan knew Unique would have seen him coming a mile away. Kanan can manipulate Ghost into killing Unique the same way he tricked him into killing Roller. Ghost and Breeze would get them killed. But man, one thing I tell y'all, she said, well, hold on, what if OC and those guys did it for Fame to tell them where Kanan's stash was. Yeah, that's what I just got through saying. OC and Crank and them got together and decided they was gonna try to find out where Kanan's stash at, and they tortured Famous to get it. Yeah, he may not have been killed that same day. Kanan let Ghost kill Breeze so he can take over what Breeze had. Mm-hmm. So, Unique popping up in that goddamn house, though. I'm going to say this. Rock's reaction to seeing that nigga has got to be, for sure, I would say that's probably top 2 best shocked faces in Power Universe history. Because she literally looked like she seen the ghost. She was like, oh, shit. And here's something else. Somebody put this somebody put this on the channel earlier today. And I actually didn't catch this. I wanted to any of y'all catch it. And if it was somebody in the chat that's in here now that said it, let me know. But I can't remember who said it, but somebody pointed out that Unique showed himself to Rock the same episode that Kanan showed himself to Ghost. And I the moment he said it, it instantly clicked for me. I was like, yeah, because I remember that exact episode, that Kanan showed up to Ghost with. Because I didn't have to go back and check it because I know the episodes like that. But I didn't even catch that. It's the exact same episode. It was season 4, episode 6, when Kanan popped up on Ghost and showed him he was still alive. And then season 4, episode 6 of this season of Raising Kanan, Unique shows up to Rock and let her know, he's still alive. So that's kind of crazy. Think about it. From Slim to finding out Slim is Kanan. So now Rock is finding out that the nigga that's been behind all this shit with her is actually Unique. So could they end up getting find, or other people find out that Breeze is Unique? Could that happen? It would be crazy if Unique used OC to bond out Famous and Unique kidnapped him for information. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about somebody may have bailed him out and then they took him somewhere. But who could have done that? Because, it instantly reminded me of another Snowfall scene. I said this last night, matter of fact. Like when, Khadijah bailed out Fatback and then they kidnapped him. Crazy, he got kidnapped by 2 females, but hey, it happened. Tell me I'm not reaching, but in the end of the episode, it looked like Unique was wearing the same outfit he wore when Ronnie killed him. Nah, that's not the same outfit. That cut scene we seen of him in the season trailer is him at Marvin's house. I can tell because of the door. So I predict he'll get the drop on Marvin and take him out. Nah, that's actually Early Tyler's house. Early Tyler and Marvin have that same diamond shaped door. I know exactly what you're talking about because I saw it too. I was listening to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song when Kanan and Juke walked into the basketball court. Shit felt perfectly. Ain't in one of the episodes descriptions they say Juke and Kanan look for OC. Maybe he had something to do with Famous death and he took the money and left town. Yeah, they did say they looking for him. I think it's episode 8. They say they looking for a missing little midget ugly ass nigga. A couple of guys that was up to good started making. Oh, you talking about Fresh Prince? What they did to Fatback is exactly how Chris Tucker died and Jackie Brown bonded out and immediately murdered. Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna spend the direction a little bit. So I know a lot of folks has been saying that Lou's storyline is boring. So now that it's getting juiced up a little bit, because we see that he's about to get back into the game. What is the next step for Lou? Like moving into, assuming that he lives to make it to season 5, which I think he will. What is next for Lulu? Is he gonna stay in the game? Some people actually said that he might could turn out to be Breeze, which is crazy. I don't say it's crazy because it's not impossible, but I don't think he will. Yeah. Early Tyler, because Early Tyler, he got he got that little shop he be at, and then he got his apartment. It's a certain part of it up in I want to say they show it in episode 1, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not episode 1, it's 2 or 3, where it's gonna be a certain part that you see it got that same little door. Look just like Marvin's. So you think he gonna off be really for robbing the Jewish dude? That'd be kind of crazy to me, but hey. Or maybe the Jewish dude gonna be prepared for his ass and he get him. Be really going to fuck around and become a new drill song if he keeps effing with Lou. Hey, I liked how that scene was. You know how smooth Lou was about it. Like Lou didn't do no rah-rah or none of that. But B really he was rah-rah. And Lou was like, nigga, you don't want this, trust me. And just walked out. He was like, let me go get up out of here before I do something to your little glad. Lou Kane Thomas should be the person to kill Shane Shaw. He would catch him off guard. The notorious Akbar is Breeze. Hey, that should have been funny as hell if it turned out to be true, though, bro. I'm going to say that. They did a close-up of that liquor when him and Jess left the bar for Shiloh, and I think he gonna start drinking again and get on some gangster shit. So you think he definitely gonna hit the bottle again? So what do you think is gonna be the cost of him hitting the bottle though? Because is it gonna be like a specific term of events, which I think that's got to be it, or he just gonna go back to it because he like F it, I'm gonna do what I want. Because he starts to become a liability when he's drinking. Akbar isn't Breeze. Y'all need to stop these inaccurate predictions. They gave 0 hints that he was in here. Here, you guys are running with that. Folks just making fun of it because that dude has said it. So when his mama and Marvin die, you think he might relapse and go back to the bottle? That could definitely turn out to be it. Shit. Shit. In OG Power, we never got a description on Breeze being fat or slim. Hell, we don't even know if he's black or white. Well, actually, because somebody said that before, and it was something that I remember hearing that proves he was black. But that is true. We don't know if he's fat or slim. You think Lou about to paint the city red? Hey, Juke, though, I'm gonna say this. Juke was she probably was the person who stole the show last episode though. Cause she killed that role. That that girl done lost it. Exactly. He was strong but not smart, but smart enough to run the game. That sounds like Unique right now. The way he talking crazy to them Italians is giving forceful vibes. Um, sometimes I'd be wondering whether or not Unique and Rock would just have a possible peace moment eventually. But let's say let's say they do end up, squashing what happened and letting stuff go. What would be, because to me, I think something big would have to happen in order for them to actually, because Rock, she knows the truth. She knows she didn't have nothing to do with any of the stuff that goes on that went wrong. But so I would say something would have to happen on Unique's end to actually come to reason and think about it. Like maybe, she didn't do this. But in my opinion, if if something like that do happen where they decide to be peaceful again, especially if they hook up one last time, then I think Unique could have a strong possibility of getting his ass taken out. Because you know how this stuff works. You can't, you ain't finna have no happy ending. So if you decide to go back and be lovey dovey, your ass about to be out of here. Unique gonna get hit in the head again and be a vegetable? Damn, I hope not. Lord have mercy on the poor motherfucker who killed Famous. He has to worry about Liu Kang, Kanan, and Jukebox on Demon Time. I'd rather just deal with Tommy on a Sunday morning. He'll just run a nigga over. Easy like Sunday morning. Dun, dun, dun. That's why he did run that nigga over to that side. Hell, hell no, not trying to see no more Rock and Unique sex scenes. Keep them enemies. Think he going to tell him Kanan did Ronnie and not her, not Marvin. Ran his ass over talking about some. You okay? Ah! Get the F off me. No. Say it nice. Get the F off me. Please. Who in the East Coast in the chat right now? Cause I know it's late as hell there. See, it's 2 in the morning there, right? I think Lou is going to die protecting someone he loves. This season or like eventually? Imagine in Origins, Tommy learns all the crazy he did in OG Power from Breeze. He saw Breeze run someone over and was like, "That's cool." I can see that nigga do that. What state you live in, pretty ass? Are you in Atlanta? Say less. Like I be telling folks, I be thinking about moving to Atlanta for sometimes. Cause LA, I'm telling y'all, nigga, LA, they be on that bullshit sometimes. These prices steady going up. And the industry is not moving like that lately. Lou might commit suicide. I mean, I think that's possible. Orlando, cool. You over there with the Gators and shit. Why not? Why not move to Atlanta? LA more crowded than Atlanta is though. You know how many people live in LA? Season 5 because Kanan started dressing up like Luke Kane. Something really bad had to happen to him in order to imitate his style. Yep, I agree with that. He had on what another thing I noticed. I've been telling folks this is he had on the same type of jacket that Marvin had be wearing when he got out of prison. My son in San Diego, I just spoke to him and hopped on and saw the live. Cool. I was in San Diego not too long ago. If Lou find out Marvin Rock did famous, it's going to get crazy for Juke, Kanan, and Lou. So let's go ahead and touch on that scenario real quick. I think if let's say they do find out that it is Marvin and Rock behind it. As far as Lou may, you know what I'm saying? I can see Lou possibly forgiving them. He gonna be mad for quite a while. Might even resort back to drinking. But I don't think he'll get so mad that he be violent with them. At least I would. I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy to see, especially after what's just happened with him and stuff and how they helped him. But he's gonna definitely be pissed. Now, Kanan could be pissed off enough to possibly kill one of them. I can see that. And as far as Jew, I don't know. Jew crazy as hell, bro. She might be on that shit too. Imagine both of them folks killing their parents, bro. That shit would be crazy, right? Shay Woo. Ain't seen your ass in a while. What's up, little nigga? Don't your ass should definitely be in bed. It's 2 in the morning. A single threesome between Rock, Unique, and Vanessa would prevent so. Tis mine. Much death and suffering on the south side. I'm just saying. Your theory on Lou being Ghost Pops would have worked if Raising Kanan had took place in the 80s instead of the 90s. And if Lou was a lot older. Well, it don't have to. No, it don't have to take place in the 80s. Why does it be in the 90s matter? And Lou doesn't have to be older. I keep telling folks, I believe Lou is anywhere between 26 to 29 years old. And now that we're in 93, he could possibly be 30. And that's old enough to be Ghost's dad. Because like I told folks, Ghost dad. Because like I told folks, I believe Ghost was born in 1980. So if Lou is 30, then that would mean he would be born in 63. Meaning, Lou is more than old enough to be Ghost's dad. 17 years, that's 16, 17 years, that's easily old enough. Rock had Kanan when she was that age. Maybe they won't show Breeze till Power Origins. I hope that's not true. I'm starting to think it could possibly be true, but I hope it's not. First scrap, now fame. Lou going to have mental breakdown. Could be. Do you think that's young Ghost who ran out of the deli with the beer and the guy is Angela's father? Okay, so I think that it's possible that the little young nigga could be Ghost. That's possible. Not saying that it is, but it's definitely a chance at it. As far as the clerk or whatever, the dude behind the counter, no, that's not Angela's father because he looks a little too old. Because that guy looks like he's already 50 to 60 years old. And the original Power takes place at least, 30 years later. Well, not 30 years later. I'm tripping. Not 30 years later. It takes place like 20 years later. So that means that means he would have to be, Angela's dad would have to turn out to be, at that time, about 70 to 80 years old. Well, I guess it's possible. I would say more than likely it's not, but it's possible. Because I don't know, because the guy just looked pretty damn old to me already. He should look a little younger than that. Anyways, it would be cool if for a Halloween special, Stars had all of the dead characters in Power Hell conversing amongst each other. Then someone asks, where the F is Ghost? Cut to Ghost playing chess. Ghost ain't gonna be in there because that nigga ain't dead. That's why he asked him what that. We don't know how old Lou is. I think Marvin's 40, Rock late mid-30s. No, Rock not in her late 30s. She's mid-30s. Rock's like 35 now because she was 34. She like 35, 36 now because she was 34 in season 1 of Raising Kanan. So she mid-30s. Marvin probably is like 40. If not 40, late 30s. Sasha Penn confirmed Ghost was born in 1980, but some folks still argue. Hold up. Support. That's a good hit there. When did Sasha Penn say that? See, that's the year I said he was. And I said this without even seeing that interview. I just did the math. For those of y'all that ain't seen my breakdown, go back and look at it. I used context clues to be able to break it down, and I did the same thing for Lou. And I bet you, if you look at it, you're gonna find out that I'm right about Lou too, because I'm using context clues. I can't get a precise, like I said, but I can guarantee you it's in that age range. So, like I said, Lou is probably anywhere between 26 to 30 in that range. When they show famous death scene, it's going to make top 3 of the top 10 brutal deaths in Power series. Possibly. But I know they're not going to show his face because they don't have the actor on contract. So I don't know how brutal it's going to be without showing his face. Yeah, John Doe, that's around the age I'm thinking he is too. Uh, Honestly, yeah, if I had to break it down to just 3, I'm gonna say he's anywhere between 28 to 30. That's what I'm predicting on him. Lou keeps saying he don't know who he is, so he might have identity swap end up Breeze. Ty Switch was good. I'm caught up to everything now. My boy, so how you like the series? OG Power never said Ghost used to steal from liquor stores or that Angela's dad chased him out of the store. He always chased him away from the house for saying Angela rewatch the show fans. Yeah, that's definitely something that's been floating around that people have been saying that's not true. There's a lot of false allegations that folks be saying about the show that it be halfway true and they'll just go with it because everything's a copycat type of thing going on now. Anything they see on the net, somebody had said enough, folks will believe it, run with it. It's like the old saying says, you tell a lie enough times, people will start to believe it. But yep, they never said anything about Ghost being ran out of a store by Angela's dad. Mecca meet Ronnie in hell. Mecca, you look inspired. Ronnie, you look like you like to talk a lot. I don't like niggas who talk. Nobody like niggas who talk. Who you think would win if Ronnie and Mecca went at it though? One thing I noticed about Crank compared to Kanan's other carrier, and he's the only one that always has a book bag. Just like Juke said in OG that Young Ghost had head was always in the books. That's true. That is true. How will Ghost return in force if he is alive? Hmm. Hey, he gonna pull something heroic. That's all I know. That's what I bet on. Gonna be something heroic, and he just pop up and say today because it's gonna be looking bad for that nigga. I'm just trying to still keep hope alive because they obviously the writers left in a window that if they wanted to, they can absolutely put him in there. What if Ghost comes back to get Tyreek locked up? That'd be crazy. Why would he do that? I heard a few days ago that the actor that played Famous lost his newborn. That could be the reason why he stopped appearing. Yeah, I saw that. I think on Reddit. I actually screenshot that. But yep, I did hear that, and they said obviously this is not confirmed because the actor himself never said this, but yeah, they believe that she may have just, the production may have just allowed him to mourn his his daughter and he just didn't do any family. I want unique CTE to start becoming worse so he can get hallucinations of a dead Ronnie. Ronnie, look at you niggas wasting your time. Look at you niggas wasting your time with that brat bitch. Rock took us for all we got and left us with this shit. I can definitely see him doing that when you should be worried about the work. You always worried about the wrong thing. Good night, pretty eyes. Yeah, yeah, this should be funny as hell. Marvin is 43. Rock is 33 years old. That is incorrect, but hey, cool. I like the series very much. It's fire. Yeah, it is. Yeah, make sure you share it with your glad friends. Mecca might try to overpower Running, but Running gonna have that Michael Myers strength and durability. Running versus Mecca would be like Hood Michael Myers versus Trap House Vin Diesel. Ghost was trying to get Tariq to turn himself in, so what if he comes back to testify against Tariq? I, I just can't see him doing some shit like that, but hey, I accepted Ghost being gone a long time. I know you did, nigga, but I'm not gonna accept it. Yeah, but anyway though, I ain't gonna be on here too much longer today. I just wanted to come in and do a little random one, just pop out. But yeah, I gotta get ready to head back, prepare for this shoot that I got tomorrow, do some setting up for it. Then I'm gonna rewatch Raising Kanan so I can prepare for this recap episode and then do the breakdown for the episode 7 and all that bullshit. But yeah, appreciate everybody who came through. Anybody got any last questions or some shit like that? Or anything y'all want to share? Ghost testifying against Tariq would backfire as he would also implicate himself. That's why season 6 never made sense. Ghost would implicate himself with what exactly though? They even made scene for Ghost coming back was leaked and all. When was that scene leaked? Because I ain't seen that. I don't know what you talking about. I wish that was the truth. What if they make a Tate spinoff and Ghost return in that spinoff? So I was saying during the airing of Book 2 Ghost that I do believe it's a good possibility that the Influence spinoff that they were initially planning to do along with Raising Kanan Book 2 and Book 5, Book 4, Force, that I believe they're gonna put it in now. Because I think they just decided to write it differently, like do a little bit more storytelling as far as in Book 2 in order to, make the influence spinoff more make sense more. I think it give it a better storyline. So that's why they did it like that. And I think it would be cool if they dumped the Ghost off into Influence because, he was into politics as well. So it makes sense. Well, I'm talking about real life. Unique should have been watching Jeopardy while eating butter pecan. Rock walks in. Unique $1 million question, baby. Guess who's back? The king is back. I'm back. Think it's time I show my face around this, but all Ghost's case was close. Ghost beat all his charges. He was clean. Facts. I think Breeze is the fat nigga Unique was talking to. So what makes you think Biggie Smalls is Breeze? What like kind of make you think that? If Tariq had confessed to killing Ray Ray, they would ask him how he got rid of the body, and Tariq can't say it was Dre or Kanan because they weren't there. Remember when Ghost told Tommy to spare Tariq in the finale? It makes the scene of Tariq reading that letter in the prison funny as fuck. He was playing the little nigga the entire time. Yeah, that particular scene was hilarious, bro. It definitely was. Season 6 never made sense. Ghost getting his own son to snitch in court was out of character and stupid. Complete opposite of himself in season 4, 1 through 4. Well, I'm gonna say this because what Ghost was saying at the end did make sense. More than likely, most juries they're not going to convict a 16-year-old boy who took out the person that they know for sure took out his twin sister. Like they'll be a little bit more lenient on him for that. And then on top of that, with Ghost being the lieutenant governor, he could have covered that up. He could have covered up all the evidence and just made it go away. Like he could have got a slap on the wrist. Support Game and Ghost was just tired of all the bullshit. He was tired of their bullshit. It definitely ain't E-Tone, bro. You tripping. E-Tone is a football player. You do know that, right? You got it. I'm pretty sure you do. That nigga's in one episode, and there's no way they're gonna make a novice actor that's a football player whose primary part of his income and career is football. They're not gonna make him an iconic actor like that, an iconic character. So now, E-Tone, absolutely not. Right, exactly. With him being governor, bro, he that man could have cooked that case. It would have went away quick. Tariq killed a cop. You know law enforcement protect their own. That is true. But when you that powerful and you killed the cop, that shit changes. You the lieutenant governor, bro. You can definitely make that go away. You can spin the story however you want to spin it. Nobody's gonna care about him killing a dirty black cop that killed a child on top of that. They would have ate that shit alive and he would have got off easily. We having this conversation. Meanwhile, Tariq smashing Effie and she's daydreaming about Kane. I don't know if that's the truth, to be honest with you. Because I believe she's still more into Tariq than she is Kane. Ghost wasn't governor yet. He was being nominated for governor. He didn't even get the seat yet before crashing out. No, he pretty much was a shoe-in though. He didn't, I mean, obviously, yeah, they hadn't made it in yet, but he was they were the nominees. The only reason why it changed because he ended up getting killed. Apparently, allegedly got killed. And then they had to switch the ticket. Kind of like, you know, kind of like what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did. But more than likely, he would have been powerful enough to bury that story. especially with the Stephen Ott dude. Come on now. Look how powerful Stephen Ott was. Stephen Ott would have made that story go away quick. There's no way that shit would have made it through. What if Howard seen Fame in the room when he was going to his interview with Tanner? Well, Fame hadn't even gotten arrested during that time. Unless he went back in and they just didn't show it to us. Jukebox should pull the snoop from the wire. What I mean is dressing up all sexy one day just to get the drop on someone brutally, scarring the shit out of a young Tommy. I mean, scaring the shit out of, sorry, is what you meant. Scaring the shit out of a young Tommy. I mean, that would be wild. Go celebrate a little too early before cooking everyone. I don't know. That nigga Ghost be playing this shit. He probably had all that shit playing. I think we are going to eventually see Jukebox shoot a nigga off. That dog on screen, and I'm ready for it. Why? I'm ready for it because we need to see exactly why Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy was afraid of her as kids. Yeah. But anyways, for people, I'm about to get ready to go ahead and clock out. But I'll be doing another live Sunday. That one will be probably a lot earlier, but still. Appreciate everybody that stopped through. I can't do another hour. I gotta prepare for some shit. But hey, Sunday probably would go about 2 to 3 hours maybe. But until next time, catch y'all later.